My name is Cindy Marrow, and I will be the host and moderator for this ADEIL conference session. Thank you for joining us for Matéria daHora, over 60 high school classes in voice technology. Please welcome Ricardo Muir.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me, first of all?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. So, first of all, I would like to thank the Association for Distance Education and Dependent Learning for this amazing opportunity to present Matéria daHora. For us, it's really important to have opportunities like this one to present our initiative to the educators, professors, and the community that's engaged in distance education and e-learning. And I also would like to thank Cindy and also Aisha for the support in the previous weeks. They were so kind with me, answering my questions, also sending me all the information, so I'll be ready for the presentation today. Thank you very, very much. So I would like to start with the video, a video from that we produced to help people to understand Matéria daHora and what we are doing. So let's see the video so you can have an idea of what Matéria daHora is all about.
With the COVID-19 pandemic, schools closed. Matéria daHora was developed to give Brazilian students distance learning classes without the need for notebooks and high-speed Wi-Fi. Matéria daHora is a set of more than 70 interactive classes in voice experience in 9 subjects, focused on ENEM and vestibular selection exams to enter public colleges. Based on Amazon Alexa technology, students access all classes with their cell phones or using Amazon voice devices. The pedagogical model is based on adaptive learning with interactive classes and quiz. Launched in Brazil on April 2020, Matéria daHora already has more than 4,700 users, 16,000 activations, and grows 20% per month. We're ready to the world.
So I have here a presentation and that I will show you what are the motivations behind Matéria daHora, what are the process, what are the stage right now that we are, and what we are planning for next year. So Matéria daHora, we have this motto that is listen, like, and learn. And in Brazil is ouvir, curtir, e aprender. In English, I think that's better because it's 3 L's, listen, like, and learn. That's pretty cool also. And we started Matéria daHora when the pandemic happening in all over the world and also in Brazil, and schools closed. So we start to have some conversations with parents and teachers, especially from high school students from public schools. And we identified that most of the students, they do not have notebooks and high-speed Wi-Fi, because the private schools, they have the option to stream video and then continue to study. So we start to think how we could help and develop something that is easy to access, and even if you don't have notebooks and high-speed Wi-Fi. So we developed Matéria daHora based on Amazon Alexa technology, and it's all voice first. And we start Matéria daHora in the first semester in April to launch the classes. We also have studied all the different models for learning, and we choose adaptive learning because it's appropriate when you are basing your, you think that the students have the option to decide their pathways, how they will use technology in a way to support their learning path. So this is the core pedagogical model that we have in our project. For this to happen, all the classes that Amazon Alexa, they call it the skills, they are divided in chapters. So you do not have to listen all the classes, for instance, for chemistry or biology. You can also listen and interact with just one chapter of this class if you want. And all of them, you have a quiz with 10 questions that's randomic. So every time that you enter the classes, different position and questions. So you can evaluate, the student can evaluate his progress and start again if it's not good based on the result of the quiz. We also deploy all these classes, now are in 70 classes in 9 subjects, and we are still growing in terms of a user base. So since April, we already have more than 4,700 users, 16,000 activations, and we are growing 20% per month. I have here the last analytics from unique users. As you can see, we have some classes or some subjects that are more attractive, like history, literature, English, also Portuguese, because this kind of subject is more adaptable to voice technology. Of course, it's not that easy to transform physics and chemistry to voice only. And I will show you in a minute what we are planning to do with all of these classes also. But we are still growing in terms of unique users, even in these subjects. Here we have the activations. We can have a similarity with downloads when it comes to activations. In terms of a skill, is the process of activate. So I'm able to use the skill. So I have to activate it, but I'm not using it yet. So when the first step is to activate, so be part of this group, and then when I start using, I'm converted to unique users. So here you can see the perspective of Matéria daHora in terms of growth. I did not say, but this blue line is our objective in this year, is to have 500 unique users per subject or per classes. So we are pretty close to achieve our objective for this year. And also to achieve 2,000 activations in each subject by the end of the year. So what we think is that the behavior of the student that is using Matéria daHora right now is that he's activating the first class about, for instance, biology, and he said, oh, I like it. So he come back to the Amazon Alexa app and then download all the other classes and then start to listen and interact in his own way. So that's why we have more activations than unique users. But this is good. This is really good in terms of how the reception of Matéria daHora is being in our related to students. And why this is happening? Well, we think that when it comes to voice in terms of education, you have some very clear benefits and advantages. I just put 4 of them here, but there are much more. First of all, voice assistants in 2023 will be 80 billion, more than world population. So it's the new interface, it's the new way to to use technology. And as we saw, the touch screen came in, and the attraction that the touch screen still have with the students and teenagers, the same is happening right now with the voice assistants. So it's really nice to have this kind of perspective when it comes to voice. We also think that voice technology is the accessibility is a natural process when it comes to voice technology, because imagine that you have visual impairing people or people with disabilities. So you can use voice to communicate. You do not need to use notebook or to have a specific position or to use the device. It's also social inclusive because it's a very low cost technology. Students can use, talking about Matéria daHora, that can use the cell phone and the Amazon Alexa app and then access all the classes, or they can buy a Amazon Echo Dot that in Brazil is 3 to 4 times cheaper than a notebook. We also have an advantage when it comes to content production. It costs up to 3 times less than to produce a video. And when it comes to schools, and we are also talking about the not only private but public schools, it's not that easy to produce a video or a set of videos about a specific subject. You also have to hire a cameraman, to have a studio, to edit. To produce a voice content, the first part is to have the lesson. And this is basically test, an image, of course, but test. And then the voice user interface and the interaction model in terms of Matéria daHora is ready. So you just have to convert, to transport it to the voice user interface and interaction model. So it's not only the cost of that's 3 times less, also to distribute. It's pretty easy because it's not that much in terms of megabytes. So we have a high degree of scalability when it comes to voice technology. Just for you to have an idea, all the framework that we use in Matéria daHora right now, they're ready for scale to other countries. It's just a matter of have the local teachers or the steering committee. I will talk a little bit about that in the localized in the specific country and receive the subjects and start to deploy in other countries. So it's the degree of scalability is very high. So what we are planning for Matéria daHora, we are calling Matéria daHora 2.0 for next year. In terms of technology and UX, we will add images to some classes. We will still have voice first, but we are planning to add images. We are studying a new interaction model, more friendly, based on the new features for conversational that Amazon Alexa deployed in July in their next global event. And of course, a new voice user interface based on the feedback that we are receiving from parents and students. In terms of content, we will deploy next year new subjects and classes. Currently, we have 70 classes, and you see that we announced Matéria daHora with 60, but we just deployed new classes, so we have 70, and we are planning to achieve by July next year 120 classes. And we want to scale. So we do not have contacts yet, but we will try to partnership with schools and entities and educators in other Latin America countries, also India and Africa, so we can go to other countries in 2021. that's what we really believe, that we have to understand the students right now, what are their mindset, the way they think and act. And we think that classes could be something enjoyable. So enjoy your classes sitting on the couch, doing exercise, or riding a bike. Learning just got a lot cooler. I don't know if you have kids that in the audience, someone that's listened to me, but one of the complaints of the parents is that the kids and the teenagers are staying a lot of time in front of the notebook. So they are developing back pain, some problems with their vision because they're staying a lot of hours in front of the notebook. So we also think that voice is something that is better when it comes to, it's a new way of learning. So thank you very, very much for your attention. I'm open now for questions. Please feel free to ask me anything. I will just put you here, and I'm open now to listen to your comments and questions. We have some 15 minutes left. Thank you very much.